Hello, and welcome to either day 3 or day 4 of our journey through not Acts, but Isaiah chapter 40. So on Monday, we looked at the screen in front of you and we learned just the letters, the consonants. We didn't really pay too much attention to the vowels. I might have mentioned it. And then on Tuesday, I did a podcast on the first 8 verses of Isaiah 40. Then on Wednesday, for my patrons, I talked a little bit about the setting of Isaiah 40 through 66, 2 main suggestions for when those chapters were written. And then today, I want to look at a little bit deeper dive into the grammar. And so if you don't know anything about Hebrew, today might be a little bit beyond you, but I think if you continue to watch these, eventually you'll catch on. And then on Friday, tomorrow, I will do a podcast, Lord willing, looking at Isaiah 41 through 8 again, but this time from a New Testament lens. So on Tuesday, I looked at it from an Old Testament lens. Okay, so I want to look at a little bit about the grammar. So if you remember, the translation of this is, comfort, comfort my people, says your God. Okay, so this is nakamu, nakamu, it repeats it twice, so it's emphasis, right? So this is a verb, nakam. Most Hebrew verbs are based upon 3 consonants. And so nun, chet, mem are the 3 consonants that can mean a lot of different things, but comfort is what, this is usually how this is interpreted. Comfort. Now you notice that it has this extra letter. If nakam means comfort, then why is there a u on the end, a sharuk? Why is it there? Why? And the answer is because this is a particular form. It is a command, which is called an imperative. That makes sense, right? But the imperative is that this u at the end is what kind of indicates that it's an imperative. And so this particular Shrek. I should remind myself how I'm supposed to pronounce that. This is a second masculine plural ending. What that means is that it's referring to a lot of guys. Although in Hebrew, as in many, many languages, even though you're talking to girls as well, the guys are given preference in the language. And so even though this is a masculine plural imperative ending here, it's referring to women too. So you're not off. Well, actually, you get to be comforted if you're a woman Israelite as well. So this u at the end, the shrek, tells me that it is addressed to a plural audience, namely all of Israel. And it's command. Now, it's not just the ending that tells me it's command, because that ending could be on other masculine plurals, but the vowels would indicate that as well. And so, first of all, Hebrew verbs have a particular stem. And these stems modify the meaning. The Grundstem, the G stem, or sometimes called the call stem, is the basic stem. It's where everything starts, the root meaning. This particular form is actually the Pal or D stem. Now it's hard to see because normally a D stem word would double the second letter. And the way you double is you put a dot, a dagesh in the middle. This is for example, what's called a doubling dagesh in the middle of this mem. And so if you were to transliterate into English letters, you would have the ayin, patak, and then you would have 2 M's in your transliteration. This dagesh implies 2 M's. Normally, this nachamu, normally you would have a dagesh in the second letter because this particular form is Pal. You can't hardly tell it's Pal. Frankly, I couldn't tell it was Pal because I'm reviewing here, but I would have been able to tell it was Pal if there had been a dot there, but there isn't. Why isn't there? Because gutturals don't do doubling. There are 4 guttural letters: ayin, aleph, chet, and hey. These four letters don't do doubling. And this is a chet, and it doesn't do doubling. It's not in its contract. And so knowing that this is a piel is difficult because there's no dot there. It's very upsetting. The piel has a sense of putting something in a particular state. So I suppose that the idea here is put into a comforted state. Comfort. You don't want to overread these things, but it's sometimes you just look up in the dictionary what a particular word means when it's in that stem and you memorize it. But anyway, so the patak, the short A, and this shava both have to do with the piel form. Normally it would be na, ka, with just the two dots here, the shava. Mu would normally be the piel imperative form in the second masculine plural. Why is there a katef patak here? Kind of a little bit less A sound than the patak. Why? Because gutturals open up. Gutturals don't take simple shavas. Again, these are stubborn little gutturals, aren't they? They don't take a simple dot shava. The nature of a kate is that I'm sorry, I need more sound than that. I'm a guttural. I need all the sound I can get. It's like guttural. It's give me air. And so gutturals don't, they just don't do a simple shava. They've got to have a little bit more vowel. Give me some more vowel. I need more cowbell. So I know that if you've never studied Hebrew, it sounds like I'm speaking a different language, because I am. I mean, it's just weird. You just eventually memorize all these things and you say, oh, yeah. So anyway, nakamu, comfort. And then this is ami, with two M's, ami. You want to try to say both of them. Ami. So this is ayin, patak, which is a short A, double M, because that's a doubling dagesh, which is called a dagesh forte, a strong dage, a dagesh, what's the Hebrew? A dagesh, what's strong? Boy, it's gonna come back to me, all of my Hebrew. It's a strong dagesh, a doubling dagesh. A dagesh gadol, is it? Anyway, okay, never mind. So this is actually two words in English. It's which means with, and which means my. So this hirik yod here is where the my comes from. My people. Comfort, my people. My people. So the hirik yod is the my, and the is the people. So the people of the land, the common Israelite, was the haaretz, the people of the land. So this is me, my people. Okay, this is amar, the three consonants of this verb. This is a verb. Aleph, mem, resh. The amar means to speak or to say. And so you can see that they've added a letter to the front, a yod with a cholam. So it's yo mar, come over here. Yo mar. This yod is called a preformative because it's put on the on the front. And this tells me that this is probably what's called the imperfect tense. There are only two tenses in Hebrew, the perfect tense and the imperfect tense. Perfect tense has a sense of completion. The imperfect tense has a sense of incompletion. So the imperfect tense is often used for the future because of the future is still incomplete. And then the perfect tense is often used for the past. This is not at all a done deal. And so comfort my people, he will say, is what you could translate this. Your God will say. But it's usually translated, says your God. Maybe we could go with, is saying your God. We could go with the idea that they haven't returned yet, and so it's not completed. But he's saying it. This is what God is saying to you. It's Tuesday, he's saying it, time to go back to Jerusalem. It's Wednesday, he's saying it, time to go back to Jerusalem. I'm probably overdoing it. But this is imperfect. It is third person singular. That means that the subject is a he. There's only he and she in Hebrew. There's no it. Anyway, so this is imperfect. It is third person singular. Okay, so he will say, or he says. And and the verb usually comes first and then the subject after it. So says your God. We might say your God says, but the order in Hebrew is generally going to be the verb first, says, and then the subject, your God. Okay, so comfort, comfort my people, says your God. So kem on the end here, kem, kappa, not kappa, that's Greek, kaf, sagol, mem, that is the sufformative, so preformative on the front, a sufformative on the end, is the your plural. It's a your plural. So it's your God, y'all's God, we might say. And like I said in the video on Monday, that line there is actually a punctuation mark that says, this is the end of the sentence. I'm trying to remember, what's the name of that one? It's a saluk. So the accent at the end of the verse is a saluk. Anyway, so this is actually a segol, ... like this, ... This is a ketef segol, like this is a ketef batak, ketef batak. A ketef something is this ... shava with the other vowel. It's an even less sound. So this is your Elohim, your Elohei, Eloheka is how you say that. Nakamu, Ami, Yomar, Eloheka is how you say this verse. So Elohim, you notice that the mem at the end of Elohim has been chopped off in deference of the your being put on there. God of you, God of y'all. Says the God of y'all. Okay, I think I'm going to stop there. That's, I'm sure, plenty if you're just trying to start learning Hebrew. But so the intention is with these videos that on the Thursday video, I will do some grammar. And some of the time I'll make these public, and some of the time maybe it'll be for patrons. But on Saturdays, I hope to write a little bit of Hebrew learning for patrons. Well, there you have it. Our second engagement with the Hebrew this week in Isaiah 40, verse 1.